You said you fought a lot while you were locked up. Can you walk us through an instance where you were tested?
So, I show up on this pod called F pod in H building, and I get this cell, bro, and I can see my old apartment, like I was telling you about, out my cell window through the woods. I can see like where I used to live years ago. I'm like, damn, bro, like everything's circling back on me, and I'm just in a bad place, bro, and I don't want to be here. And it's F pod in H building, which is like they call it gladiator school. Like that's kind of what it is. It's like I guess the worst of the worst, gang members, gang block, whatever you want to call it, but that's what they call it in New Hampshire State Prison. FPOD is gladiator school,
Mhm.
and yeah, I walk out of my cell. It's like 5 in the morning for chow. You got to walk all the way down the ramps from H building up until, and it's freezing out, and up into the mess hall, and it's like you got to get up early if you want to eat. And this point, I just processed in, so you don't get canteen and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, whatever. I see this dude looking at me, and I'm like I'm in a bad way. And I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, we're like, what's up? What are you looking at? And he's like, oh, said something slick. And I don't even really remember what he said, but I was like, the door popped and we start walking to chow and walk downstairs out of H building. And I said something again to him. He mumbled something. I said, all right, bro, we'll see when we get back to the block. You know what I mean? I didn't say nothing, just kept it moving. I walked to the chow hall, watch him grab his tray. I grab my tray. I watch him sit and eat. I eat, and I'm waiting to make sure you don't like tell a cop on the way back to the ramp. And like, next thing you know, I get slow rolled and the boys cuff me and take me to shoe before I even make it back to the block. But I know what I'm going to do when I get back to that block, because I don't like the way the dude looked at me and he talked sideways. Like, I mean, it's just like, it is what it is. And I see him walk back to H building. So that's where I'm going. He's on my pod. So I walk back, I walk in his room. I'm like, yo, he's already in his bunk with his blankets pulled over his head. I'm like, yo, pop out. Told you we talk about this when we get back to the block. Like, I'm serious. Pop out, put your boots on, whatever you got to do. Fight me. You know what I mean? He's like, what, bro? Are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'll be back. And I tell all his roommates, bro, make this dude fight me or, bounce him basically. You know what I mean? Because I feel disrespected because of the engagement him and I just had. And yeah, so they did. I come back and he's like, ready to fight, but not really. Like he doesn't want it. He
Forced
doesn't.
to fight.
He's like, basically, I got to fight you, or I got to pack up and leave because my room. That's what time it is. You know what I mean? Like, stand up for yourself. I'm like, yeah, don't make me call you something disrespectful to get you to fight. Just like, let's get this over with. And yeah, I mopped the floor with him, like banged him up pretty good, and like I had cuts in my knuckles from his teeth and like messed up his teeth, and there's blood all over the place. Like it was a short fight though. And the funny part and the reason I'm telling this story is because that kid and I connected a couple years later at a sober